Hello and welcome to a rather special episode of Stable-Ise. Today we do not look at a single mount or a single selection of mounts. Today we in fact look at the black mounts. Such called because they are the black colorations of the racial mounts attained via the honor system. The honor system is basically my fancy way of saying you buy them with honor points that you get in PvP. But yes, this is how you attain the black mounts. For the rather expensive price of 2,000 honor each, you can acquire one of 5 colorations of each of the 5 racial mounts. The black Darnassus version of the mount, which is a nice sort of stormy coloured and green sort of tiger mount, which is quite a nice coloration. The black Mechanostrider, which is arguably one of my favourite colorations of all of the Mechanostriders in the game, simply because the spoilers work out quite nicely and the black really complements the metallic theme. The black Elec, which is also noted for its very strong and striking red armour, or sort of orangey red armour that goes with it, which really stands out in the field of battle. It's arguably one of the best Elecs, though that isn't too difficult considering the selection of other Elecs you have on offer. The black Ram, which is decent, but it's not amazing. Honestly, the Ram mounts are one of my least favourite mounts in the whole game, so I'm not really a big fan of the black Ram, but it does have a nice coloration to it, and it is probably worth the 2,000 honour. Then of course you have the black Warhorse, which is the Stormwind mount. Honestly, a lot of the armoured horses feel rather underwhelming or lacking in their design, so I probably wouldn't buy the black Warhorse, but I can see why other people would probably want it. The black variations of all of these mounts can all be found in a single location. Going to Stormwind's old city, you can find these mounts outside the old PvP halls. This is also close to a bunch of training dummies and the horse vendor for the racial mounts for Stormwind. It's also relatively close to the Brawlers Guild, so if you're headed down there to do some fights or whatever, it would be worth a pop over anyway. Please do bear in mind, these are 2,000 honour each, and the honour cap is 4,000, meaning that if you want to actually get all the honour available to get these mounts, you will actually have to buy 2 at a time, or at least 1 at a time if you prefer. As for where you would get the honour, well, really any PvP would do. You could do world PvP and get a bunch of last kills if your server is particularly full of that many world PvPers. If it isn't full of that many world PvPers, however, you could easily hop into a battleground through the battleground finder, which would be an easy way to stay close to the mount vendor and simultaneously earn your honour with relative ease. However, my personal favourite way in which to earn honour is probably just to do Ashran. It's a bit more out of the way, but if you set your hearth in Ashran and then take the Ashran portal to Stormwind every time you got 4,000 honour, it only requires a little bit of waiting in the queue to actually get inside the PvP instance. Anyone who has played Ashran can attest to you, it is very, very, very easy to get all of the honour you could ever possibly want in Ashran. Little effort, little time, and honestly, you'll soon be honour capped. You can then leave the instance, buy 2 mounts, come back, do it again. If this mount was conquest based, I wouldn't be recommending it, and honestly probably wouldn't even have it. But since it's honor based, it makes it easy to get, the colorations are mostly nice, and on the whole, I would recommend getting them for any mount beginner, simply because, why not?